火花 Light up the 火花
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't...
What are you making that
Nah.
No holding back!
This'll be a
Where are you going?
Begin! It's over! First strike! Talent sword! A new
I will
melody!
still do with Air Force
Hollow
Blade!
blade! Demon fang! Resonate with the
Lightning orb!
blind freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Jill, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I shall ensure you survive this!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Demon fang! Resonate with the
Come on!
No art is being interrupted!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art! When he slows down, that's our chance! You're finished!
Leave the edge on.
Take this! Slash! Swirl blade! Can't get out of this! Slash! Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Here goes!
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Take this!
Mirage! Fluid Gate! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Swallow Blades!
Shining Supernova! Raging Cascade!
Take this!
Quick now!
I'm not done!
Down
Mirage!
No further!
Rising Wyvern!
Swallow Blade!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Dating pile driver! Slash!
Dance in the wind!
I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Eat this! Swallow Blade!
Rolling snap!
Everlasting dark! Take this!
Steel Force!
Take this! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Rotating pile driver!
Slash! Demon Fang!
Here's the Raging Cascade!
I'm on it! Everlasting take
You're
this!
mine!
I'll be saving you!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Steel Force! Alright, it's showtime!
Take this!
Thunder!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make my...
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual
What, you mean that pile?
No mere garbage, I assure you.
Are you curious?
They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that did...
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I am
Not really, just...
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace...
I still don't understand what you
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does...
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way...
I'll take your word for it.
But of course, there's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him. I'm even stronger than before.
Visibility along this path will run. Remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take...
No holding back!
Dissipate these
Here goes!
Rising Wyvern!
Airborne beat. My combat being interrupted.
Rising Wyvern!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Freaking does it!
Rising Wyvern! Swallow Blade! I'm ready! Dohalim! In an instant! Impact Rock! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Here I come! This one's all mine! Mirage! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang! Do it! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
How's that for a kick? I'm getting better, right?
Quite. I'll be relying on your fancy footwork.
Does fancy footwork mean running away like a chicken?
Discourteous, aren't you?
I'll smash you! I'm
Not
surrounded!
today!
Don't mind if I do.
You're mine!
It's a duel of the arts.
Does it hurt? Slide!
Lightning Thunder!
Demon Fang!
Thunderbolt!
It got fired!
I've got this. Let a monster handle it.
All yours!
Prepare to be seized. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking and more doing.
Now we're not escape!
Sealed.
Take this!
Demon Fang! I'm not done! You're on!
Astral...
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Dance in the wind.
Here I come!
The Order. I'll be saving this one.
Here I come!
Deity!
Strike!
Dating pile fighter!
Come on!
Elusive deity!
This is come!
I'll face you!
Light astral energy.
You're on!
I'll face you!
So I still had room to grow.
Finally.
What is it?
I found an ingredient for that new recipe.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah.
Hi, Hoodle!
Take this!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
You're mine! Ha! Not today!
Lightning Orb!
Now you see what I can do!
Take this!
Alright,
Rising Riser! First strike! You're on! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Where are you going? Leave the enemy's arts to me!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Dance in the wind!
Mirage! Demon Fang! I'm not done! Mirage! Demon Fang!
Here for it! Well, looky here! Hi, Hoodle!
Take this!
They're surrounding us! More confiscated!
Demon!
Elusive deity! Dating
This
pile
one's all mine!
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Now!
Elusive deity!
Mirage!
Wind astral energy! More with that
Watch this!
Lightning descent! Thunderblade!
Mirage! Demon Fang!
Ready and waiting!
I'm not done!
In here!
Mirage! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
To achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
Gone!
You're mine!
Everlasting
Eat
dawn!
this!
They got me flanked! Negative gate! Now you see what I can do!
Rising Riser!
I'm on it!
Mirage!
to keep up with a wall!
Far enough! I'm on a roll now!
Dance in the wind!
Demon Fang!
Seal!
Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
I'm not done! That's right! Here I come!
Arch Seal!
You're finished!
Alright, it's
I'm on!
showtime!
Mirage!
Wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that! Primed and ready! Let Astrolite
Crush!
dance in the wind!
Rising Wyvern!
In here!
Mirage!
I'll be saving this one!
Demon
Can't
Fang!
get out of this.
Wind Astrolite! Up and up! Let's go! Dance in the wind!
Rising
Now!
Wyvern! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off! Take this!
Seal!
Rising Wyvern! Take this!
Here comes! Up and up!
Take this! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Seal!
I'm ready! Remove!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
This'll make us even more formidable.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
No choice! Crush! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! This one's all mine! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Dragon Shell! I'm not done! Burn it! We are freaking invincible!
Mountain and the others truly are strong. What about me?
Swallow Blade!
This one's mine.
Crush! Ranuga!
What's this?
Undo it! Remove!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well
Demon
done.
Fang!
Now we're not.
Take this!
Astral Energy!
Rotating Pile Driver! Mirage!
Lightning!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm even stronger than before.
Is it just me, or is anyone else peckish?
Go no further!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
Here!
Mirage!
Get on
Demon
the
Fang!
board!
No escape! Rising Wyvern!
Denied!
Take this! I'm not done! Mirage!
Lightning condemned!
Swallow Blade! Demon Fang! This one's all mine! Slash! I'm on it! Demon Fang!
If it's in can't be
Take it! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Demon Fang!
I never miss!
Mirage escape! Rising Wyvern! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! Demon Fang! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Demon Fang! You're finished! Elusive Deity! Crush! Mirage! Tornado's not a chance! Mirage! I'll take you all on!
Breaking Storm!
That was a walk in the park.
Those enemies were just up your alley.
Couple quick punches and boom! Finished!
Well, it was more than a couple.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here. Quite.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Can't get out of this! I'm on it! I'm not done!
Tear you apart! Not in your dreams!
Here I come! Burn in hell!
Resonate with the earth!
Now!
Limbo!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done!
Demon Fang!
Let the marksman!
I wish I could grow like you, Law.
You wish to learn my secrets, young Elfin?
Yes, Master! Please, teach me the art of defense!
You want Grandmaster Kasar?
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me at arm wrestling?
When have I not beaten you?
Right. I'll just go on ahead then.
What a rush!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
An opponent like this should be easy.
This one's mine!
Begin! Mirage!
Raging, not on my watch!
Swallow Blade! First strike! Finish! Whirling! You're mine!
Lightning orb!
Rising Orb! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Now I'm in
Damn it!
Now! Air thrust!
I've been doing really great lately.
Gotta break through! Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Here's the raging cascade!
You picked the wrong fight! You're mine!
There with the
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Slice!
Here
Demon Fang!
goes! Raging
Strike!
cascade!
Rising Wyvern!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Dance in the wind!
Resonate with the
Not
earth!
my watch!
I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! All in order. Slice! Demon
I'm
Fang!
ready.
Limbo!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done!
Demon Fang! Take this!
Raging cascade!
Elusive deity!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
No choice! Take this! Take this! First strike! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! This one's all mine! Can you take it?
Energy!
Ignite! Elusive deity! Slice! Taking Wild Blade! Demon Fang! Do it! Limbo!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well
Demon
done!
Fang! Take this! First strike!
Raging
Rising Wyvern!
now!
Mirage! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nice one, Alphin.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
Discourteous, aren't
Here I come! Strike! First strike!
Raging cascade!
Begin! Mirage!
I'm like bait to them.
Begin!
Feel!
Mirage!
Saving this one!
Demon Fang!
Now!
Limbo!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Easy and snaring to me. Yeah!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Raging
Demon Fang!
cascade!
Swallow Dance!
Really are strong as they're said to be. Potatoes, potatoes.
So I still had room to grow.
That equipment... should come in handy.
What's that big tower over there?
We should be able to cook here.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
There are still so many creatures we don't know about.
Have you been writing stuff down about what we fight?
Yep. It's actually pretty fun to observe them from afar.
This looks perfect.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Guess I misread them.
Coming through! Here I come! Everyone's good! This right! Demon Fang! It's over!
Tempest Storm! Up and at 'em!
Damn it!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Zero, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Get on in there with the others!
A debut performance! Take this!
You want to handle?
Resonate with the
Where are you going?
I'm not done! I'm on! Do it! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Looks like it could be worth something.
No choice! You're mine! Take this! Eat this! Rising Wyvern!
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, eat dirt!
That freaking does it!
You're on! We got flyers!
Now, I've got this. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! First strike! You're
Leave the
mine!
enemy's arc to me.
Rising Wyvern! You're
No
on!
complaints here!
I'm on Former Blade!
Let's get you off
Rising
our
I'm
tail.
ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together. Like a fine
Stalagmite!
With this, I can become even stronger. This will be a delicious piece of cake.
I'm on Stalagmite!
This one's mine!
Take this!
Away! Magic is in.
Former Blade!
I can carve through armor!
More for the stockpile.
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Sounds like a job for you.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now! Take this!
Can you take it?
This one's all mine!
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What you said? Eyes on the prize!
That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I
I'm
get
ready!
single
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together. Like a flaming time waltz. Here I come! Do it! Rising Wall! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nice one, Alphin.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
Little help.
Thank you.
Swallow Blade!
Get on in there together.
You're on! Swallow Blade! I'm not done!
It's showtime.
Take this! Demon Fang!
Get into the ring.
I'm ready! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Here I come! Rising Wyvern! You're on! It's time! Demon Fang! It's over! Take this!
Crossblade.
I'm even stronger than before.
Ow! Take this! Rising Wyvern! You're on! Slash!
Light astrology.
Resonate with the earth.
Swallow Blade!
The enemy feels arc too.
We'll soon see about that.
Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind.
You're on!
In here.
Demon Fang!
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl say no?
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! ways to go.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldomenencia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just...
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you.
Me? Certainly you're...
Typical Renan.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no...
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together...
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong?
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about...
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being an... Forget it.
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menencia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold...
Exactly. You've got to
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the...
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by...
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from... Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than...
Yeah, no, I'll pass.
If you say so. Although I suppose my first task is to reform your...
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm... Been looking for you. For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Come on!
Take this!
Rising Wyvern!
I can carve through armor!
Try harder! Now! Come on! Strike! Not today! It's wide open!
It won't escape me!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
Speed is unbelievable!
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Now I'm in the groove!
Swallow blade! Demon Head! Here I come!
Art Seal!
I'm on!
Raging
Strike!
Talon Hurricane!
Here I come! Can you take it? Try harder!
Elusive deity!
Blow away!
Enjoy. No arts are being interrupted.
Raging Storm! Swallow
From
Slicer!
beyond, imbued its venom with
Into
soul.
the wind!
This
From
should do
beyond,
it!
imbued its venom
Rolling
with soul.
Snare!
Anything
You're
more
mine!
is all mine.
Rising Wyvern!
Spray!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight?
I'm fine.
If things get too tough out there,
I'm not here just...
I get that.
Do I look like...
I can't feel...
Look, I appreciate... Please, stop...
It's not that.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there...
All of these ruins look like they...
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people...
That's a good question.
This debris.
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about...
Yeah,
Then there might be some truth to that old...
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real...
I see. I apologize.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come up.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself.
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need. So I'm not surprised he sometimes...
Even by those standards.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Ren...
In my case, circumstances...
Well, specifically...
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put...
She sounds like his mom.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers?
What do you intend to do?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. Did I say something?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first.
Look, Hootle! One of your buddies!
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Bayfon, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix. Not this way, I guess.
So you're Alphen, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. Not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then...
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you knew that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wing!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging.
We're not going to run into any trouble.
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast, and here's where I say my farewell.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadeye signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a rooster rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord.
I know. How...
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans if anything, they may well consider him a hero.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niez.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives. I can understand that the Dahnans here are standing up against their oppression.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen.
But you shouldn't have to be. It's just... When you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye man, but he's got an attitude worse than any angry zoo.
The Renans are... However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with...
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have...
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. When you do that, you
To be honest, I don't know.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Dahnans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for...
You?
Indeed. Music enriches the world around us. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of... Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me.
Don't apologize.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves, and outright not that my words can undo the...
Not this way, I guess. What's wrong? All right.
What the?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference. I propose we speak to them.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought...
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overcome.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be
Fine by me, but isn't...
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva for... Whatever we decide to do, though, we should... Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shionne. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In... whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
I sense a poor soul who is in dire need.
Sounds like our cue to step...
Mm-hmm. Well... I see. Hmm. Oh.
Just great.
Excuse me! Good.
That's some cryptic text, all right.
It could mean anything. Can't we just look around the area for clues or something?
Hey! Maybe these are supposed to be different locations?
Oh, now you're into this too, huh? Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are...
The wind's outside the capital.
You can definitely see...
Indeed. Maha...
Earth, water, fire, wind, light.
Is that because some
That is certainly
Funny. He would...
True, but though, as you saw in Menin's...
In the end, you all get...
We have to catch up to the Lord.
What is that ring of rocks over there for?
Oh yeah, Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird...
Most likely, they were brought over by
Wait, those? So does that...
To manipulate the properties of...
Really?
Think about it. Astral energy by nature...
So the Renans reform...
Sounds like the crazy thing or...
Renans these days are more advanced than Dahnans in some ways. Or is that something that's possible on Lennox?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself...
But at some point they did just that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing...
Maybe you should take a page out of her book.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell.
Really? Even...
Yes, indeed.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the gold...
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those...
I think it still looks
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage...
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything.
And here I was trying...
I can't tell if she's being serious.
Yeah, I guess I'll...
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this.
Now that you mention it,
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me.
Oh, okay.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to
Yeah, but...
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I want...
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're...
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says...
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions...
What do you mean?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the...
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean...
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to... Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great.
Don't you ever get...
Oh?
Is that... I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice.
Oh?
Very... Yes! What?
What?
I don't believe...
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now.
Yes! What?
What?
That... Yes!
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.